Hi, my name is Patrick Gould, and I am a Chief IT Architect with Software AG. I'm putting together this webinar series that will cover tips and techniques that can be used when you use the NaturalONE editor. I'll break this down into many numbers and cover all the tips and techniques that I've learned over the years and share those with you so that you might become more familiar and more comfortable within the NaturalONE editor. So today we will cover two subjects, and those will be searching tips within an object. So this is when I open up a natural program, for example, and I want to search for all fields or objects and variables that I want to be searching for. And it's a little bit unique in that way. It'll show you how to search, and then it'll show you, once you've done your first search, how you can maybe do a subsequent search on the same object without leaving that object behind. So pretty cool little features that you can learn there. And then the second topic we'll cover is simple find and replace within an object. So this is starting to use the control variables with certain numbers and characters to do quick features within the NaturalONE object. So let's start, and I will move now across to NaturalONE. I will open up NaturalONE, and you can see right here we are sitting at the main editor. And today I've chosen to use a simple program, and I would like to edit that program, and then I would like to do some searching within that program. So to simply start, I just pull that program I'm looking at into the editor. Always remember, I can size these windows as I please just to make it more comfortable for myself. But let's say today I wanted to search for the word or the field personnel ID. So to do that, the easiest way is to go up here and you'll choose the search option. So I choose search, and then I choose search again. Now this will bring me up to this whole search menu, and what I want to do here is I want to do a file search, and that will give me the options, and I want to make sure the resource in active editor is what I'm searching for, and then I can type in any field that I want to search for in this field over here, and now I can hit the search button. So what that can do is going to go and find me all the occurrences of, for example, personnel ID within this particular piece of code I'm working with. What it also does is it pops me up a little search window down the bottom here that if I want to start using, I can just double click on this little search button over here, and it takes me to a screen where only the search occurrences are. So therefore, it'll show me each line. So these are line numbers within my natural program where it is referencing personnel ID. If I wanted to go a little deeper and see where this particular histogram 2 is in the program, I can just double click on that and it'll take me to that. And of course, I could make the screen as big as I wanted to. But the thing is that I already have this search button open here. What I can also do is now I can search again. So in a search again, I make sure again it is a file search, but this time I want to go for another field in that program, and I wanted to search for pound message. Again, select resource in search, and I can now do the search. And you can see that that has now brought up all the fields in that program that contain the field pound message. So again, pretty easy searches to do, but they might make your life a lot easier while you're editing. So now let's move on to the second tip. So the second tip I wanted to show you today was that the ability to use the find replace when you're inside of the program editor. So again, Last time I dragged the program in to open it. Second time, just as an example, just to get the program in the editor, I can just double click on it again. And again, just to highlight facts that appear in NaturalONE that are always there, that are fun to use, the outline of the program, the dependencies, where they're going in and out, the properties field. Down over here, I have my console, and if I'm set my console correctly, I'll be able to see everything that's happening behind the scenes whenever I do something. So again, now I'm going to show you how to use the find replace within the NaturalONE editor, and that's as simple as hitting Control F on the keyboard, and it will bring up this little box over here, and I can find whatever I want. I can move forward, I can go backwards, I can replace all, whole word, etc. But let's say I wanted to look for the word income, and I decided I want to change this field to my income, and I want to replace all. So you'll see the field income over here. If I now do a replace all, you'll see that it has now changed that field to what I just asked it to replace it with. Of course, it's got an error because the field is not defined, but this was just a test to show you what can be done with the find replace feature. So again, that is the end of my first tips and techniques. I hope you'll come back and watch some more. I'll try to keep them as exciting as possible. And I hope you all have a great day. Talk to you later.